So it's all a farcical narrative, what we're hearing, this notion that somehow the religious have been oppressing the atheist or the non-religious. It's exactly the opposite. They've been imposing their non-religion, their atheism on you, the religious one. Hi, I'm Barak Lurie, and thanks for watching the Barak Lurie channel. Today, we're going to be talking a lot about my new book, Atheism Destroys, where we talk about the imposition of values. Now, normally speaking, you think of the atheist or the non-religious complaining that the religious are imposing their values on the non-religious. Is that the case? In fact, I put it to you that the atheist, he has been the one completely imposing his values, his non-religious beliefs onto us, the religious. It is almost impossible to think about how the religious has imposed anything in the past, say, 50, 60 years. Anything. It is the atheist, however, who's told us that we can't have school prayers. It's the atheist who's told us you can't have a cross or any other religious symbols on a courthouse or in a school or other public areas. It's the atheist who's told you as a business that you must provide services for example, a baker of a cake to celebrate a transgender anniversary, or requiring a photographer to take a photo shoot of a gay wedding despite his religious objections, or requiring an order of a nunnery to provide abortion services. These are the things that are being imposed by the non-religious upon the religious. And it's not just the big issues either, it's the smaller things too. You can't have a creche or a nativity scene in a public area. You have to be careful about saying the word Merry Christmas. Even if you say God bless, it might stir up the ire of the non-religious. They have a very strong notion of what should and shouldn't be said, and you better not say it. In truth, the point is that the atheist has been winning for decades now. Far from this mantra that somehow the religious are seeking to impose their values and their beliefs upon the atheist, exactly the opposite is true. In fact, it's hard to come up with anything since the mid-60s where you can show that the religious have been imposing any sort of structure upon the non-religious. Anything at all. Did some administrator in a school oppress the atheist by telling them that he, the atheist, must recite the Lord's Prayer? Did some city say that you couldn't possibly marry anybody unless you avowed your faith in God or Jesus? Did the state say that you couldn't have kids unless you got married? Has the state limited you into what kind of sexual forays you can have, or how many boyfriends or girlfriends you can have, or anything of that nature? No. So it's all a farcical narrative, what we're hearing, this notion that somehow the religious have been oppressing the atheist or the non-religious. It's exactly the opposite. They've been imposing their non-religion, their atheism on you, the religious one. It's as if, after colonizing all of North America, the white man now proclaims that the Native Americans are the ones oppressing the white man. And why can't the Native Americans leave the white man alone? That's exactly what it's like. You're seeing an inversion of what is reality. This is a truth flipped on its head. It is the atheist that is imposing his will upon the religious, not the reverse. This is what we do on the Barak Lurie Show. We show you the truth, we present you with the facts. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Barak Lurie, and we'll talk with you next week.